Folks, hey superstars. Hey, this is Wesley Billion-Dollar Virgin here. Hey, welcome to another Sunday mindset message here. I go live every Sunday to give you the message for today or for the week, to begin your week with power, to begin your week with resilience here. And, I've been doing these lives and these rants and this podcast for about 5 years here. And I'm so excited to report that so many of you have reached out to me via DM, from the reviews and emails of people who have taken nuggets or gems from these podcasts and have applied it to their life. And life is definitely getting better for those folks. I've had a young lady, she quit her 9-to-5 job now. She's running a business here, making $10,000 a month. I had a young man from Utah that reached out to me. And he made a decision to stop procrastinating and stop making excuses and realize that success is just hard, period. He was very honest. He just thought there was an easier way, and then he just realized it's not. And now today, he has his own business. He has a car wash in Utah, and he's doing very well. And, tonight, this afternoon, I want to talk about you don't need more motivation. You need a mirror. Because, I get it. Most of you, listen to me because you're expecting motivation, and motivation is wrapped in this feeling that, okay, I can do it now. I can do it. I just needed to hear those words, or I just needed a push. And let me be very, very direct and upfront with you. You don't need more motivation. There's a plethora of motivational videos on the internet, self-development audios, self-help books. As many people, thousands of people like myself, who are great speakers and orators on the internet and in your churches and your communities, that can compel emotion from you. But motivation is not the key to increase your quality of life. Okay? Motivation is not going to allow more deposits in your bank account. Motivation is not going to take you, quote unquote, out of your situation and allow you to enter a better situation. Okay? It has nothing to do with motivation. What you need is to get up and go walk to a mirror and look at yourself. And the self that you see, as soon as you see yourself in the mirror, and I suggest a tall body, life-size mirror, right? So you can see all of you. I want you to see yourself. I want you to see how you carry yourself. Like, do you stand up straight or do you slouch? I want you to pay attention to the clothes that you have on. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your facial expressions. And then I want you to start to evaluate and analyze what's in the bank account. I want you to think about the friends that are a part of your inner circle. Okay. I want you to think about the places that you go, the people that you hang out with, the coworkers that you hang with. And I want you to also think about the social media that you watch, the videos that you spend time on, the times when you're bored, the times when you are alone, when there's nothing to do. What do you do? How do you behave? How do you act? And if that's just looking at yourself and just evaluating every aspect in every area of your life, if that's not enough motivation, then I don't know what is. And listen, I do appreciate you guys listening to me on this Sunday and logging into my rants, and many of you listen to my podcast on Spotify and listen to my podcast on Apple Podcasts as well. But I'm here to tell you from the top of my heart, listen to me. Motivation is not the key to your success. It's not the key to a better life. Okay? If you're waiting on someone to push you or to encourage you or to pat you on the back, you're never going to play the game of life at a high level. You'll always be that person that's confused. And I see it on a daily basis. I see it from the people that I stay in a high rise, people that work at my building. I look at these gentlemen from, the valet guys, from the concierge guys, from the leasing people. You just see people that seem to be stuck. And that's not my words, that's their words. Because sometimes I have conversations with them and I say, what are you working on? Because I love to encourage people's dreams, right? What are you working on? I know you don't want to be here forever making 15 or 20 bucks an hour, doing nothing. And they may say, well, I'm working on this. And I say, well, why don't you just do it? Well, I'm a little stuck right now. And I always hear this word, I'm stuck. Even when I went to the gym the other day, I went to Equinox and somebody saw me and recognized me. I started talking and they said, Wesley, I love your content and I love what you do, but I'm feeling stuck. I swear to God, I hear this several times a week. I'm stuck though. I started my own business. I started my crypto business. I started the internet business. I started my own bit, but I'm stuck. And when I'm having that conversation with them, I feel that they're looking for words, motivation for me. And of course, I'm a nice gentleman, so I give them some words. But me knowing in the back of my head, words are not enough. They help. Like they help you to see life differently. They help you to create a reframe. If you think that your life is shit, or if you think your life is screwed up or messed up, or it's not going in the direction that it needs to go, I can give you a reframe and allow you to see it differently, right? But that's not enough. What I've learned, even before I became very, 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 very financially successful, was this: that pain was a greater motivator for me to change. See, many of you think it's pleasure. You think that you're going to hear something from me tonight or this morning or this afternoon that's going to make you feel inspired, right? You're going to feel good. You're like, yeah, that was good, Wes. Thank you so much, man. That was a good talk. I needed that, Wes. But I'm here to tell you that most people, including myself, pleasure is not the greater motivator for people to change, for people to stop doing what they're doing, for people to say no, for people to take a turn in a totally different direction. It's pain. Comment the word pain. Go ahead. I'm talking to you. Comment the word pain. Pain is what you need. See, when you look in the mirror, you're looking at pain. You're looking at the things you haven't done. Some of you haven't worked out in weeks and months. Some of you go to the gym, but you're still fat. I know a guy that's been working out for 5 years. I've been at Equinox for 5 years here in Houston, Texas, in River Oaks District. This young man, his stomach, it's bigger than Santa Claus. But he's been there every day. Some of you think just because you're going to the gym or just because you're working hard, that's enough. You pat yourself on the back. Well, I worked hard, man. I worked hard this week, so now I can take some days off. Yeah, I went to the gym. I go to the gym 5 days a week. But why is your stomach fat? Why are you still overweight? It's been a year. I'm working hard, man. Wesley, every day, 10 hours a day. Well, why are you still broken? Why you still don't have any money in the bank account? Why aren't you making sales? Why aren't you making money? Does that make sense? Listen, Listen, I'm going to be direct here this afternoon. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up if you want me to be direct and brutally honest with you. Most of you are failures because you act like a failure. It's not because you just are. It's not because that's your identity. You act like a failure. And you don't even know it. I was on a call today. My team have a call every day, sometimes twice a day. And I'm always listening in. I don't talk because I'm the CEO. You know, it's not for me to talk on these calls, for me to observe. I have leadership in place to take care of, all the different companies that I own. This one lady, and she just started with us. She's new, and she's doing it very well. But one day, she didn't make any progress, and she was upset about that. You can tell. She was so upset that she said, I have to take a day off because I'm working 14 hours a day. I'm a single mom with kids. I'm by myself. I don't have a partner to help me out. So I decided to take a day off. I needed a day. Because working 14 hours and not making any money, not doing anything, I just, I got kids. And it's draining. And I thought to myself, that story is very similar to a lot of women, by the way. And a lot of people. It's similar because what that young lady don't realize, which we will teach her, of course, as she works with us, because we're in the transformational business. We're going to help you make money, but we're going to transform your life working for me. I don't play that. Listen, her story is exactly what it is. She gave herself reasons and excuses. Yeah, I'm going to use the word excuse on why she had to take a day off. Because she got kids. Because she got to be there for her kids. And she used the word, because I need work-life balance. Let me be fucking clear. And I want you to open up your goddamn ears, all of you. Like, if you want to make millions, my friend, and do what the fuck you want to do on this planet, there's no work-life balance. I haven't met one person yet that make more money than me that talks about work-life balance. I know single moms with children, more than 3, that are millionaires. They never talk about work-life balance. I know a billionaire that doesn't have to work. He's good for the rest of his life. My mentor. But you'll never know. Of all the conversations I've had with him, he have never, ever said anything about work-life balance. And what I want you to know, and listen, you could be pissed off, you could be upset because, see, listen, when you talk to people like this and say, fuck work-life balance, you need to work. I know you got kids, but who cares? Shit, because let me tell you something, spending time with your kids and putting food on the table, that's two different things. To put food on the table, you got to work. Period. If you want to take them on trips, you want to take them on Disney World, that costs money. You want to put them in proper school, that costs money. You want to put them in a proper apartment, that costs money. Everything, shoes, money. So you have to make a decision. Should I spend time with them or should I go make money? There's no work-life balance, ladies and gentlemen. Like, go ahead and jam that shit in your mind. Like, ever. You may say, well, when? Well, when can I, like, relax? Never. You don't relax. You just adapt. And listen, this is not coming from me. You think it's me. You're like, oh, man, come on, Wes. Come on, you got to relax. It may be somebody on here. Well, Wes, I'm making a lot of money and I'm relaxed. Cool. Good for you. Let me tell you something. When I went to Monaco, and this was a year after I made $1 million, I went to Monaco by myself. Because I just wanted to go to Monaco because I'd never been to Monaco before. And I'm hanging out in Monaco by myself. And I'm seeing all these rich people. I don't mean super wealthy people, super rich people. You just don't even know the level of rich until you go to Monaco. That's like billionaires' playground. I'm in a hotel. I'm paying $7,000 a night, by the way. And I remember going to breakfast. I think it was lunch or breakfast. And I'm out there hanging out. And I see a guy. I don't know who this guy is. But we started chatting just like people do. Right? When you're on vacation, you're going out. If you're in Monaco, people just talk, hey, how you doing? You doing a good morning today? Because rich and wealthy people, aside from what you think, they're very nice people. The most nicest you have. No, I'm not talking about fake rich. A lot of you guys, when you're on TikTok and you're on Instagram, you're looking at fake rich people. These are people trying to be rich. They're not really rich. They're just trying to be rich, right? Real wealth. These people, they're just very nice people. Extremely nice. Hey, how you doing? Good morning today. Hey, oh man, I like your shoe. I like this. I'm talking to this white man, this white guy, okay? Older man. And we're just talking, man. You say, hey, what do you do? What do you do? And I say, oh, I own a little company here, and I own a company. And I'm telling him about myself. He asking me, and he said, oh man, I love your watch. One thing about my watch, I don't know, it's a conversational starter. So people just say, oh, I love your watch, man. I love it's beautiful. And that's one thing about rich and successful people. They always compliment you. Always. Rich and successful people, they always compliment people. I'm telling you, always. That's why rich and successful people like to be around rich and successful people, because it feels so good. It's like a euphoria. Because everybody's nice. Everybody compliments each other. Everybody looks good. Everybody got white teeth. Everybody's smiling, okay? If you've never been in this environment, you need to be there. But I'm hanging out with the guy, and we're just talking. And I find out that this man is the owner of a coffee company, okay? I'm not going to say his name. But let's just say that it is the most prolific, most renowned coffee company on the planet. Coffee that you drink on a daily basis, okay? It's this guy. I didn't know, right? Because you see pictures online, then you see people in person that look a little different, right? I didn't know. I'm just having a conversation with this old guy. And so, obviously he's a billionaire. And I asked him, I asked him the same question that many people ask me. What would you do different? Not what would you do different. I said, what advice do you have for me? Right? Because I was a new millionaire. I was what's called an MIT. You know what an MIT is? It's a millionaire in training. I was a millionaire in training because I just made $1 million. When you just make $1 million, you have all these thoughts in your head. You want to take care of everybody. You want to spend money here. You want to buy a car. You want to buy a house. You want to do this. It's just a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of emotions that happen at the same time when you make that amount of money so quickly, because I made a lot and I made it fast. Okay? And when I say a lot, I made $1 million a month, and I did it for a very long time. So you can imagine how much money I have. But listen, I'm talking to the man. And I said, what advice do you have for me? Because he told me, let me tell you what he told me. I love this guy. He said, man, I'm proud of you, Wes. He said, you broke through, man. He said, you broke through the chains that many people get caught in. You figured it out. I swear to God, this man said, man, I'm proud of you because you figured it out. Right? And I'll talk more about that in a second. But he says, this is my advice to you, young man. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how good it feels in this moment. You're new. Right? It doesn't matter how good it feels, Wesley. Because you're making all this money. You're taking care of your parents. You bought them cars. You taking care of your children. I get it. He says, always remember, it is always day one. Like, always have the day one mentality. Doesn't matter if you have 10 million, 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, just even 500. Just always remember this, Wesley. It is always day one, which means act like it's day one. Like, act like it's day one. I told him my whole story. He said, you remember when you told me about when you were in your little bit of apartment and you was laying on your air mattress, you're 30 years old, you have 3 children, you couldn't pay child support, you're not spending time with your children, You're behind on all your bills, and your credit cards are maxed out. You have charge off on your American Express. You file bankruptcy, right? Have that mentality. Always keep that. Always act like you're on the air mattress. They're getting ready to take your car. You can't pay your bills on time. Act like that guy, always. Because it's always day one. Because the day that you think and feel, and listen, this is why I've been rich and very wealthy in the past 10 plus years. Because of that advice, by the way. I'm so grateful for him. Listen, he says, the day that you think that you have made it, okay? The day that you think that, man, you've made it, you're the best, you're the greatest this, and you're the best of this, and on that day, it's when you are taking your eye off the ball. You won't see it. You won't notice it. But as soon as you feel that way, and you feel that you've made it, and you've taken your eye off the ball, that's when the ball is going to get lost. Because you're going to forget about the ball because you're too busy just celebrating and excited, and you're thinking that it's never going to stop, right? You think that the money is never going to stop. And then you're going to find yourself looking for the ball. You're like, oh, where the ball at? Where's the ball? So that's my advice to you. And I know some of you haven't hit $1 million yet. I know some of you are still in the, what I call the jungle. I get it. You're still in the swamp. Some of you don't know exactly your career path yet. Some of you don't know exactly what you want to do yet. It's okay. What I'm suggesting is keep the day one mentality. The hardest thing to do, you know what the hardest thing ever, like in business or in any type of entrepreneurship endeavor, the most difficult thing to do is to not give up. That's the tough part. And let's go deeper than that. Say, let's go deeper. Let me go a little deeper. You know what's the most difficult thing to do? Is to be enthusiastic when everything around you is crashing. Yeah. See, I got that figured out. That's why I win. That's why my team loves me, by the way. Because when it looks like the walls are crashing, they see the walls crashing. I see what we're building. Okay? See, the walls they have to crash because I'm building something bigger. They can't see the bigger. Like a lot of you can't see the bigger yet. See, many of you, when you look at your life, you say, man, the walls around me are crashing, Wes. Everything, Wes, just everything around me is just falling apart. But it has to fall apart so you can rebuild. You know, there's some, like I own about 10 houses here in Houston, Texas here. Listen, if some houses I can renovate. Some houses I can take a house, okay, and I can spend maybe $40,000 to renovate the home, okay? New windows, new floors, new carpet, okay, manicure the lawn, paint. But there are some properties that are so dilapidated to the point that I can't renovate them because it has structural damage, foundational damage. Okay? It doesn't matter if I try to put new floors and new windows and new walls. It has structural, foundational damages, which means is whatever I build, it's going to fall apart. And some of you, you're trying to renovate something that is already that has structural damage. You're trying to get a quick fix here. Let me make some easy money here. Let me just do this one tip and this one trick here. And it falls apart. Listen, if your life feels as if it's falling apart, let it fall apart. Just let it crumble. Because it needs to. Some of you, your life needs to crumble. It needs to fall apart. It needs to diminish. It needs to be washed away. Why? So you can fix the root problem. The root is the foundation. Almost all of you, that's the problem. It's not the windows. It's not the walls. It's not the floors. It's the foundation. That's why when you're trying to renovate, you think you're going to read a new book. Let me read a new book this week. Let me go to a new seminar this week. Well, let me start a new business this week. Let me start a new opportunity this week. Let me do something new this week. Let me start a new weight loss regimen this week. Let me start a new diet this week. Let me get a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, a new wife, a new this. I just need something new. I need something new. And many of you have been doing that for 5 to 10, 20 years of your life, looking for something new. Not knowing that the cause of the destruction of your life is because the foundation is weak. And it's so weak that it doesn't matter the new opportunity, the new money, the new person, and the new diet and the new workout program. It doesn't work. It falls apart. But I'm telling you, let it fall apart. Okay? Does that make sense? Let it fall apart. Let it fall apart to give yourself room to rebuild. Because let me share something with you. You're going to have to rebuild. I know some of you don't want to rebuild. Like, of course, I didn't want to rebuild. It's one house that I had to build from scratch because the property was so dilapidated. I can't even say the word. It was so diminished to the point that I couldn't rebuild it. I couldn't renovate it, so I had to rebuild it. And I didn't want to rebuild it because it's going to cost me more money. So the only reason why you don't want to rebuild your life because it's going to cost you more time. So it's going to cost you more time to start all over from scratch. No one wants to do that. Some of you are in a business right now that is not working, that's not making any money at all. And you need to start from scratch, but you don't want to. I don't want to start all over. What? No, I did all this work. Folks, are you listening to me? Give me a thumbs up. I know some of you are not even freaking paying attention. Are you listening here? Are you listening to me, or do I need to leave here on this Sunday morning here? I'm here. Listen, I'm not here to motivate. I'm here to educate you. I'm giving you education. I'm giving you information that you're not going to find on the internet just easily. Like if you want to jump out of your goddamn chair and shout and run around the goddamn church, go to church. Go to a Tony Robbins seminar. I don't know. But I'm here to educate you. I'm here to help you understand your brain, the way that you think, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your behaviors, your mannerisms, your posture, the people you choose, the people you don't choose, your toxic relationships, the toxic relationship you have with yourself. Okay? I'm here to help you build a foundation. I'm not here to help you build your life. I'm not here to make you rich. I'm here for you to build a foundation so success is inevitable. Okay? That's why I'm talking to you Sunday on this Sunday morning. It's 11:39 a.m. right now in Houston, Texas here. That's what I am this is what I'm creating for you. I'm giving you the opportunity to be educated. Motivation is not the reason why I stay in this beautiful, luxurious penthouse here. Motivation is not the reason why I have 8 luxurious cars. Motivation is not why I can fly first class around the world when I want to. Motivation is not what I use to pay and purchase my parents' new cars. Motivation wasn't used when I had to purchase my son and my daughter a new car. That wasn't motivation. When I purchased the mother of my children a house, that wasn't motivation. Use money for that. How did I get the money, Wes? Work. Okay. Come at the word work. I know you don't like that word, right? It is what it is. Work. Work. Hey, listen, let me tell you what, I'm worth $30 million. By the end of the year, I'll be worth $100 million. Not cash, but my worth, I'll be worth $100 million. Which means I can sell different companies. I can sell real estate. I can sell my car, and I can get about $50 million probably, okay? Listen, I'm working this weekend. It's Sunday. I'm working, okay? Let me just tell you what a multimillionaire is doing, because I got the advice from the guy that owned the car company. He says, act like it's always day one. So I'm going to act like it's day one right now, even though, like today, we should do about $100,000 in sales today with a profit margin of about 60 to 70%. Yeah, but I'm working, which means there's no TV, no social media. It's dark in my room. I'm in my room right now, and I'm working, even though it's a gorgeous day outside right now. It's gorgeous out in Houston. Millions of people in Houston right now, they're in the shopping malls. They're at the brunches. They're having their mimosas. They're having their iced teas. They're champagnes, and they're looking all cute and handsome and dressed up, looking good and smelling good, talking to people. Some girl is getting some guy number. Some guy's getting some girl's number right now. I know somebody right now is driving their car drop top, letting the wind hit their face right now. Somebody's in Galveston that Jeep week. Yeah, that's cool, but I'm working. That's what I want to do. Not just what I choose. I want to do that. You see why I'm so ahead? Because I want to work. Many of you are like, oh, I have to work. Oh, I got to work. I want to. Like, it turns me on to work. And you may say, Wesley, how can I be that way? How can I want to work? How can I want to spend my weekends and just work on very complex issues that is pissing me off, irritating me? I'm annoyed. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm working 10 hours, 14 hours. Nothing is working, Wes. How can I be like you? It looks like you're enjoying the process. How? How do you enjoy failure, Wesley? How do you enjoy the pain, Wesley? How do you enjoy putting everything that you have into something and it just crashes? How? I'm going to tell you, because I'm not a human being. I'm not. I'm a superhuman. That's why. Okay. I'm not Superman. I'm a superhuman. Okay. I'm just not a human being, folks. I'm an alien. I'm not of this world. That's why. See, what in your mind, it's so difficult, right? It's like, oh man, I don't want to do that. I just want to go drink. I want to go smoke. I just want to hang out. I just want to talk to some girls today. I want to talk to some women. I want to talk to some, I mean, I guess, but I don't want to do that. I have no desire to do that. And let me tell you another reason, because like I see very clearly, listen to me. I got goosebumps. Listen, I can see me personally for my life. I can see what I desire so clearly. Like I know what the outcome is. I know it. I see it so clear as just like I'm holding my phone in my hand right now, my left hand. I'm holding my iPhone. That's cracked, by the way. In my hand, I can feel the phone in my, I can feel, and I know the outcome that is so clear in my mind that I just want to work. Okay? That's why. See, I'm not just working because I'm solving problems. I'm working because I'm creating a destiny. I'm creating an impact, a shift. I'm creating something that it's just magical. I can't, the best way I can describe this, and I've never met Steve Jobs, but I'm pretty sure when he thought about creating the iPhone, okay, like when he thought about that, I can imagine he was so excited. He said, you know what? I can see it. Billions of people are going to have my phone in their hand, and they're going to be typing on my phone, which is a very, very simplistic device that they're going to pay $1,400 for, and they're going to be so addicted to that phone that they can't put it down. I'm going to have all these people begging in lines trying to get the next iPhone. Yeah. I can imagine that's what he was thinking and creating and imagining in his mind before the iPhone was ever the iPhone. Well, that's how I feel about what I'm doing. I mean, I just know. Like I'm going to have billions of people that's going to have access to my app. It's going to be a moment where I'm not going to have any downtime. So this is why I take a lot of downtime now and work, because I'm going to be on a plane, and not just any plane. I'm going to be on a private plane, my private plane, or a plane that I charter. And it's not going to be a regular plane. It's going to be a Global 6000. It's going to be very luxurious. Going to have a bedroom, living room. Going to have a place for my team as well. And we're going to fly around the world. I'm going to do speaks around the world, vacations around the world, take my team on retreats around the world, talk around the world. People will pay me $100,000 to $1 million for me to talk for 30 minutes around the world as well. Make an impact in everybody's life. I mean, I'm just letting you know. That's just what it is. So the work that I'm doing, it's just like me laying a brick because I'm building a house. When you lay the first brick, you can't see the house, right? You have a blueprint of what the house should look like, but when you're building the house, when you lay the first brick, that's all you see is the brick. But see, I just don't see the brick. I see the whole house. So when I'm working, I see the whole thing already done. But all you see is the brick. All you see is, I'm laying these bricks every day. Oh, God. I need a break. I've been out here in this hot sun all day, building this life, building this business. I need a weekend off. Hey, look. Listen, folks, I love you. Comment the word value below if you got any value. Say, Wesley, I got value below. Comment the word value if you got any value. If you really got value, if you decide to comment the word value below now, go ahead and share and like this to somebody else that needs to hear this. Because they need to know motivation is not the key to success. Motivation is not the key to anything, honestly. Okay? Motivation is like taking a car. You ever drove your car and all of a sudden it shut off because the battery was dead? And you got somebody to jump you. You know, you need jumper cables. Hey, man, can you give me a jump? And you got to jump. And you start driving again. You're like, oh, I'm good. Then you turn the car off and you can't turn it back on again. You need another jump. That's you. That's the motivation, by the way. What needs to be done, you need to change out the battery. But you're too lazy to change the battery. You say, I just get another jump. Or you say, I can't afford a battery. You make excuses. And that's what you're doing. Well, I'm a single mom. Well, I have a felony. Well, I live in the ghetto. Oh, I still live with my parents. Everything is against me. Well, I'm black and white people don't like me. Well, I'm just not smart enough. Well, no one wants to help me. I was busy with family. I mean, well, I got a dog to tend to. Well, I got to take care of this person. Well, I'm in this relationship and I love this person. I don't know how to leave. You're just that person that waiting for somebody to jump your vehicle instead of just buying a new battery. I love you. Thank you for joining me here. And remember, if you want to listen to this podcast again, and I do recommend you do it again because repetition is the mother of skill. Okay? Remember, repetition is the mother of skill. This is how you become skilled. Go to my Apple Podcast, type in Wesley Virgin. It's free. Subscribe, or go to Spotify and listen to me. I'm not here for motivation. I'm here to educate you. Okay? Education. That's what you're liking. Much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. And let's go.